Let me guess. You want me back at MDP?
No. We need you to save MDP.
Save MDP? That doesn't make any sense. Wait. You're not the real Brandon.
Well, Aleks, you are dumber than I thought. That took you too long to figure out. You good?
Can I get some water or something?
Oh, man.
Are you tired now?
Yeah, that was a lot of physical activity you did there. Good, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, be careful, man.
Yeah. Why is your apartment always so hot?
I don't know. I don't control the heaters, right? Like, I think our superintendent does. So, like, he'll just, like, leave it on, right? Because it's better safe than sorry, I guess. Like, that's hot. Or maybe he, like, I don't know. I think what he does is he turns it on and then he, like, leaves the apartment, right?
Oh.
And then, like, it just gets really hot because they're running for, like, 3 hours. And then he comes back and he's like, wow, it's hot. Let me turn off the radiator.
That seems like a bad system.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it'd be nice if we just had our own
way to control.
Yeah, control the heat. It wasn't
in
controlled.
your apartment.
Yeah, in like my unit.
Well, there's gotta be a way to automate it or something. Like,
Yeah.
why doesn't he just say like a reasonable temperature? Like,
Well, because it's like old radiators.
Oh, so it's not like a temperature.
No,
It's
so
just like on or off.
yeah. So I think he just like goes downstairs and manually twists a valve or something that just like turns it on, you know, and then he comes back later and like, turns it off.
You gotta use like an Arduino or something to like turn it on automatically.
Yeah, I mean they'd have to have a motor that could.
Yeah, servos.
Servos? I don't know enough about like engineering.
I do.
So I'll give you the contact of my super.
Yes. And I'll be like, yo, give me like $50, like 6 hours.
See,
and,
I think the thing is Rose, Gio, and Casper doesn't want to pay to.
That's your super?
No, that's our person I pay rent to.
What's the difference between
Landlord. Not
What's the difference
superintendent.
between a landlord and a super?
Well, the landlord's the person who actually owns the land and just lives somewhere else, whatever. She just owns the land. But usually they either pay a superintendent to watch over it, or they just let a superintendent live there for free. So like the superintendent doesn't have to pay for rent.
Like RAs.
Yeah, kind of like an RA. It's like an RA for like an apartment, and like, they don't actually have to care about how the people are doing. They just like, you know, if something's broken, they have to fix it. You know.
That sounds like a decent gig.
Yeah. I don't know how you like, you know, like presumably it's not something you apply for. Presumably like you're like already friends with the landlord, and they're like, hey, you're like kind of handy, and like you need a place to live for free. Like, go live in my apartment.
Yeah, or I'll just give you like 50% off or whatever.
Yeah. I would assume something like that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like being a super doesn't require like too much of a time. Like maybe it's like 3 or 4 hours a week or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is like relatively.
I mean,
like it's a lot of value for not too much time.
Yeah. If you got the apartment for free, it'd be like a lot of value for a very small amount of time.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a discount. I don't know.
Let's ask him.
Let's not ask him. Dude, once I was in like 5th grade or something, and I went to like a hotel on a field trip, and there was like the dude who works at like the front counter, and also like he also had like worked at the candy shop or whatever. So like I'm like a kid, right, and it's like late, and I'm in a hotel, which like never happens, you know. So like go downstairs and like go to like the candy counter. I'm like, I want to buy some candy. He's like, okay. And I was trying to strike up a conversation with the guy. You know, it's like 5th grader. And I asked him if he got any discounts at the candy stand for like, you know, working at the hotel, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, how much? And he was like, why do you want to know? Like this kid
was asking.
So I'm like, I don't know, I was just like making conversation. He's like, that's really personal, you shouldn't ask. I was like, okay, I guess asking about like company discounts is like really inappropriate. And then it's not.
The reason why was because he negotiated the discount with like, his manager. And the negotiated price, like the discount percent was like, I don't know, the age of his grandma when she passed away or something. So
which is like also his bank account security question. He's like, I can't tell you this.
Bro, that's way too personal. What the heck?
Might as well give you my mother's maiden name. Jeez. I don't know, it's too weird. Like, I was in a fifth grade. Like, what do you think? Like, why are you asking? That's good.
Maybe he was like thinking like, yo, this kid's gonna ask for that discount. He's gonna ask me to buy the candy for it.
That might have been it. That might have been why he was like, I'll just tell him like it's too personal. And like, I mean, I was like, oh no.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I've crossed a boundary, right? And then it's like, yeah, like that's not like a personal question to ask at all, as far as like I can tell.
No.
Like I would just like I wouldn't be afraid to tell somebody. If like I worked at like Party City or something.
I mean, it might be like rude or something if you're like just asking about prices and like what discounts you can get, but like
yeah, like I was
as a fifth grader at a candy store, it's not like there's no important information being exchanged.
Yeah, maybe the context of like being at the spot, like you know maybe if you're talking with somebody outside of their job and you ask them like if they get any benefits, that's more appropriate than like being at their like work site and they're working like Home Depot like, hey, do you know where the 2x4s are? It's like, oh, aisle 17. It's like, do you get discounts on 2x4s?
that brings up a good point though. Like a great conversation starter would be to walk up to somebody and be like, yo, you know the Best Western over there? Do you get discounts on the candy store? Could you tell me what that value is?
Just like without like knowing what
they're not really into Best Western anyway.
I thought you were gonna say instead of asking, telling them like, yo, you know the Best Western? I heard that if you work at the candy store there, you get 5% off. On candy.
Nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, presumably, like, now that I think of it, presumably, like, somebody like there just takes the candy. Like, if it's like late or something and they like want like a chocolate bar or something, presumably the supervisor's like, you work there.
Get it.
I know that people at Starbucks get 3 drinks a day for free. Like when they're working, they get one at the beginning of their shift, one in the middle of their shift, and one at the end of their shift.
Seems like
that's like $15 worth of drinks, depending on what you get for free.
That's like yes, but also like if it's coffee, that's like not a good amount. That's a lot of coffee.
Yeah. Well, what you could do is you could get I think the drink I get there is the Caramel Crunch Frappuccino Venti is like 600 to 700 calories, which means if you got that 3 times. You would just have your days with, you wouldn't have to eat for the day. You just got your food for free.
Okay, can I just say that like the calories in that drink are kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Like one serving size of like a mac and cheese thing is like 250 calories or something, right?
Yeah.
There's 2.5 servings per box.
So you just eat the entire box.
I just eat the entire box. Yeah. It's like 600 calories, whatever. I'm a big boy.
And that's less than.
Yeah, it's less than the one trick. Right now, I'm a big boy. My like upper limit is like 3,000 calories or something. It's like 2,000 to 3,000 calories, right?
Before you start gaining weight rapidly.
Yes. So like, that's just a meal. But like the one drink is the equivalent of an entire meal.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, when I get that drink, like it'll be like if I had like something really small for lunch or something, you know, and then I get that drink, I just won't eat till dinner, you know.
To be fair, I don't keep track of the calories that are in like any of the drinks that I get from places.
Well, I don't like keep track of calories as much as like if I have like I just try to have 2 meals a day. And ideally I wouldn't snack. Like I'm sure if I just ate the meals that I eat, I'd be fine. But then it's like I eat the meals that I eat, and I'm like, I'm hungry, you know, and I go over and I eat a bag of goldfish, which has 600 calories in it, which is almost another meal. And then I'm like, I'm thirsty, and I drink like 2 cans of Mountain Dew, which is another 300 calories.
I did just like earlier today, right? I made myself an omelet with like Taylor ham and cheese and whatever. It's pretty good. So I had that, and I was like my breakfast. I had that at like 11 o'clock. Then like half an hour later, or like an hour later, Rubino comes up to me and is like, do you want, I'm making pancakes. Do you want some pancakes? I'm like, yes, I do. Want some pancakes, right? So he makes like, his pancakes are like this big, whatever, and they're pretty small.
Size pancakes.
Yes. But he makes, he's like, how many do you want? And I'm like, just pump them out. It doesn't matter. Whatever you got, but, and so he makes like 6 or 7 pancakes, and I just scarf those down.
Wow.
And then immediately after that, James is like, I'm making mac and cheese. Alex, if I make mac and cheese, will you eat some? So then follow that up with like a bowl of mac and cheese.
Naturally.
So I like have consumed 90% of the calories for like today in the first like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'll wake up like. There have been days where I've woken up to a can of Mountain Dew and like a bag of candy, which is like really bad. It's like a can of Mountain Dew is like I think a regular like not like I think the watermelon one is 140 calories, but I think the regular can is 160 for Mountain Dew per can, which is 12 fluid ounces, of course. So I think that, and then probably like 200 calories worth of like jelly beans or something. For a nice clean, crisp 350 calories of just sugar.
How many calories are in a single jelly bean?
Jelly beans, it's like 10 pieces, like 100 calories or something.
So 10 calories per jelly bean.
Yeah, I think that's not accurate. I think I have some. I think I have the jelly bean.
Well,
there it is. Hold on. It's 20 pieces is 100 calories.
20. Okay.
Because they're just like little balls of insanely dense sugar.
So it's 5 calories per
Yes.
jelly?
Yeah, you did the math right there.
That's not as much as I was expecting. They're small, but like they're very sweet,
Yeah. All right. I don't know. We've talked enough. You want to get back to what we're doing?
Yep. Yeah. All right. Hang on, wait.
Are you good?
Come on.
Let's reset the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Deck the set.
All right.
All right, and then just keel over.
Wait, what are we doing after this?
I don't know. Just punch me or something.
Okay.
Go!